Hare Krishna, Anandarupa Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Yes. Notice we are waiting for Prabhu to join us, so just hold on for a few more minutes. If anyone would like to do some kirtan, very happy for that. Aditya Prabhu or Premadata Prabhu, anyone wants to do kirtan can do. We are waiting for Haridas Prabhu. So thank you all for waiting. So we'll give a few more minutes. I'm trying to reach out to Prabhu. Prabhu is in Chile. He had just traveled to get his visa. So just bear with me for a minute or two more.
Hare Krishna, Anadi Jagannath Prabhu.
Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavats Prabhuji. Prabhuji, it is also available live on YouTube. So which
Yes,
channel?
Prabhu.
Which channel of YouTube?
Jayapataka Swami Shishya International.
Okay.
There's a which Janaki Raman Prabhu has given.
Okay. Jayapataka Swami Shishya International.
Shishya Swami International. You can go with, let me just see you. I'll just put it on the chat, Prabhu. It's a bit
Yes,
late.
Prabhu. Please, please. Yeah.
Just a minute. Prabhu, that would be the thing, Prabhu. I just, you can
Thank you.
just,
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
it started off with only 2 or 3 classes are there in that, Prabhu. That's how Prabhu Guru Maharaj, sorry, it should be only J triple S, not 4S. bit.ly/J triple S/international. Prabhu, I just give this. Prabhu, you may kindly want to use the one last I gave. That is proper, Prabhu. I think the I had to be caps. I think I'm not able to reach out to Haridas Prabhu. Looks like there is some network problem or others. So we will start with Glorify Guru Maharaj. We have some senior God with us. Vibhav Prabhu, may I request you to share some of your experiences. We can start, then Prabhu could join us. Haridas Prabhu, because devotees are waiting. Reach out to Haridas Prabhu. Looks like there is some network problem with us. Start. Yes, Prabhu. Okay. I'm somehow unable to reach out to Prabhu. Prabhu had confirmed, but I think network or something in South America and some issues for sure. Prabhu had said he'll try out. We'll not stop the class, we'll just try. I was just seeing that Prabhu was there, so I was requesting. What it is, we'll first see a small video about Guru Maharaj, and then we can discuss. Last time anyway, some pastimes we shared, so we can do that. In between that, as Prabhu joins, Prabhu can see. This is a very nice video called I'm Not the Body, which is Guru Maharaj, and then we will talk about when that video was taken. It's again a 2010 video.
From hands. Come on. Release the tension from hands. Wait. Come to left side. Come left side. Come on. Come left side. Bend your right knee. Excellent. Come on. Bend your, lock your right knee here. Lock your right knee. Come right side. Good. Release the tension from hands. Come on. Come to left side. Lock your left knee. Lock your left knee. Come on. Lock your left knee. Lock your left knee. Come left side. Bend your right knee here. Come on. Excellent. Come right side. Come on. Come right side. Lock your right knee. Come left side. Come left side. Come on. Bend your right knee. Good. Release the tension from hands. From left side. Lock your left knee. Stand tall. Back straight. Back straight. Come on. Back straight. Back straight. I cannot look back. Come on. Come left side. Excellent.
Jagannath,
Lock your left, right. Lock your right knee.
little bit. No, but not too much.
Only be at the back.
Not too far.
Release your tension from hands. Come on. Come left side. Come left side. Bend your right knee. Bend your right knee. Excellent. Come to right side. Excellent.
Well, that was one of the videos of 2010, which we saw. I was discussing last week on how we were there in his service, and he used to always take whatever instructions were given. So maybe as we wait for Haridas Prabhu, I will take the opportunity to share some more pastimes from last week. And as Prabhu comes, or anyone senior comes, we can stop there. In case any of you want to share also, you all could do. We would not want to stop the JTPLS. We'll continue with that. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Jayapataka Swami Nitinami Namo Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Padayani Gaurgatha Damadaya Nagaramatarani Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So please note, I'm not prepared for the class. I'm not prepared for the glorification, but we're waiting for Haridas Chaitanya Prabhu. But as Prabhu is not there, I thought I should share some pastimes. And I'll keep open also. If any one of you want to share, you can just put it on the chat. We can have a sharing pastimes today. So we'll continue with where we left last time. Last time somehow I was fortunate to share some stories, and we continue with that. So remember that. So Guru Maharaj is very, very. So first, let me take all of your blessings, because we have to glorify Guru Maharaj. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Shri Gurudev ki jai. Only with his mercy can we talk. So during this time when I'm speaking about 2009 and 10, so when Guru Maharaj, at that time, he, for every activity, like you know now, for every activity, he takes a little longer time, right, than a normal, means physically normal person. So Guru Maharaj used to use all the particular techniques to chant more. Like you saw now, when he was walking, I showed a video where Dr. Achyutananda, that is Dr. Achyutananda. I was speaking about him last time. So when Dr. Achyutananda used to make him walk, so Guru Maharaj's strides were not very, it is not like you'd walk fast, right? It takes some time. So every time he walked, he used to chant half the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And then the right leg will be Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So what used to happen was, now because he has to do everything, so everything of those had to be recorded, so that at the end of the day, we know how many times he has walked. Not only that, some of you may find it amusing, but it is like when he used to eat prasad. So you have to also count how many times he chewed the food, because it was at that time, it was very interesting. So he used to also chant while doing that. And he used to, so at the end of the day, he used to chant more than 20-24 rounds with that. So everything was counted. Now, when he used to do those exercises, so there will be some hand exercise. So for every hand exercise, there will be some amount of chanting. So so what he will do is what we all used to do, whoever were there. At that time, as I said you, there were not many. So everyone, means we used to keep one small notepad and pen, so that you keep a note of it as to how many exercises has been done. Because being a very, when you're in that service, you are focused on something else. You're focused on Guru Maharaj, you're focused on, and you don't give importance to that. But he will ask you at the end, so how many steps did I walk? And you cannot cheat him. And it's not good to cheat your spiritual master. So if you don't remember, you say you don't remember, then it's gone. So he'll say, then at the end of the day, Guru Maharaj will say to Mahaprabhu, he didn't count my number of steps today. So, and the heights of that happened when His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj came to see Guru Maharaj. So His Holiness Radhanath Swami said, asked Guru Maharaj, I said you a part of that incident last time when he said about Achyutananda Prabhu. So he said that Achyutananda Prabhu is at your lotus feet. I hope he's doing his service nicely. Then Maharaj pointed his hands towards us. How are your servants teaching you? How are your servants? Are they doing their service properly? And then Guru Maharaj pointed his hand at me and said, Anadi, he always misses the steps. He doesn't count the steps properly. And Maharaj laughed and laughed and laughed. And Maharaj said, Radhanath Swami said to Guru Maharaj that, Maharaj, I only knew in the scriptures that Bali Maharaj, he counted the number of steps of how much Vamana took. So it was 3 steps. But now you have taken it forward. We have to count your steps also. And then he called me and he said, you should take this very seriously and count the number of steps your Guru Maharaj is saying. So we used to be more, more observant and trying to ensure that we count the number of steps. It was like he used to do those hand building exercises. So there were steps, there were counts in that, and everything. It will be either a quarter mantra, or it will be half mantra, or it could be a full mantra that Guru Maharaj will say us at the end of the day. So notice he's like what Haridas Prabhu wanted to speak on the thing. We keep saying, some of you will have to keep checking that when Haridas Prabhu joins us. So so every time Guru Maharaj is Krishna conscious, he keeps chanting actually. And like you all would have heard that from Mahavara Prabhu's last year update. I'm just linking that to what we had seen. When Guru Maharaj was in, after the liver transplant, whatever rounds he missed out, he actually came back and he chanted more than that, so that his number of rounds are never missed. So if he misses it today because of something, the next day he usually makes it up. One more striking pastime, two pastimes which I remember very vividly. One was sometimes the personal team is sometimes very see, I don't know how to present it, but they are sometimes very harsh towards the other devotees. Harsh as in, because other devotees at certain point of time, they forget that it's Guru Maharaj and take Guru Maharaj. That usually happens in India, not in the West. So in India, when you're taking Guru Maharaj and going, everyone dives towards the lotus feet, you know. And even when Guru Maharaj was sick and in the wheelchair, when he was well, that they were doing sick, that is more so, we were trying to have a cordon and all of that. And this actually happened in Lakshmi Narasimha Giridhari temple in Bangalore. I forget the year, but I remember what happened. We were down in the Narasimha, in the ground floor itself, and we were going, and there were some mothers who had small child. If I remember correctly, it was Gunarnava Prabhu from Shishatipuram, his son Uttama, and Mataji was trying to take him so that Guru Maharaj can bless him. And I was there, and one other devotee was there, and they were just coming in front of the wheelchair. So what we did was we pushed them out, and when we pushed them out, and Guru Maharaj suddenly stopped. He said, "Stop," and we all stopped. And it was like when Guru Maharaj says, and you know when Guru Maharaj is angry, and Guru Maharaj was like, he was so wild at us, and he said, "What is this kind of behavior? Is this the way you all treat devotees?" Means he was not worried that they were trying to come in, so we were trying to stop, but he wanted that even that be done properly. At any way of ours, no one is hurt actually. Had a different experience of that also, means how much he extends himself. So had one more experience which I'll say. This is once again a Los Angeles pastime. So it was a Sunday program, I think, or it was a Sunday program, and Guru Maharaj was that day having his lunch just opposite to the temple, in a round table. He was sitting and having. It was almost late. Usually he had to have his lunch around 1, and that day it was close to 2:30 or so. And but people were coming, devotees were coming and talking to him. So we had to stop him so that he takes prasad, and just when I was about to serve him prasad, at that point of time, what happened was a couple came, very new, Indian body. I forget the name. To the best of my knowledge, they may be Gujarati couple, but young couple. So they came, and they came in, and Guru Maharaj started to talk to them. So what I did was I folded my hands and I said to the devotees that, can you kindly wait, let him have his prasad, and then you can talk. And so they okay, they said, and they waited in the side. What happened was Guru Maharaj started having his prasad. When Guru Maharaj started having his prasad, it so happened that it took a little longer time. he usually Guru Maharaj takes some time, kind of thing. So it took almost like 30-40 minutes, and don't exactly remember, but somewhere that span of time. And after that, Guru Maharaj then washed his hands, and then Guru Maharaj said, "Where are those devotees? Call them." And I turned back, and when I turned back, those devotees were not there. I said, "Guru Maharaj, they have left." I was very casual in saying they have left. And Guru Maharaj was very, very particular. Guru Maharaj said, "They wanted to talk to me. I don't know what situation they were in. And you just said them to stop off. They are some new devotees. And what would happen if they have some spiritual problems? Why do you do all of these things? And go find out them." Now, neither I know those devotees, nor I had a phone with me. That time I didn't have a phone with me. So you don't know how to find out with them. And whomever I tried to ask there, they were like, "No, we don't know them." And it's West is West. You means, of course, devotees know each other, but it has that flair. In India, at least everyone will know about each other. There sometimes it's a little different for those of you who would have placed there. So Guma, I came back and I said, "I'm not finding." He said, "No, go and find out again." Now, this was in the ground floor then. Then I said, "Okay, Gurmaj, I'll leave you in the room and then find out." And then we brought Gurmaj to the room. Gurmaj's room was on the first floor, so we left Gurmaj on the first floor and searched and came back. And what happened was, even though we searched and came back, I couldn't find. And Gurmaj was very particular. The next morning also, when he took shower, he 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 actually asked Anandi, "You know what you did? You just stopped someone from starting his spiritual life. Maybe he was in something. How did you do that?" And it always kept very painstakingly. I remember that incident as to how Guru Maharaj wanted to give his mercy to someone. So Guru Maharaj doesn't see who he or she is, if they are his disciples, not his disciple. But if someone is coming to take Krishna consciousness, he's always he always wants to extend himself. And I was actually when Guru Maharaj said that day after Guru Maharaj went to the high hopes. I didn't go that day, so actually went and prayed to the deities there. Very benevolent deities, Jagannath there and Rukmini Dwarka. They used to pray to them that I don't know, somehow you ensure that we can meet these people, because Guru Maharaj keeps thinking about them, and when Guru Maharaj keeps thinking of someone, he just keeps thinking about them. So how he can give his mercy, but somehow we couldn't find out. But lo and behold, you won't imagine that weekend. Again, Guru Maharaj went to the Laguna Beach temple. So we used to stay at Rukmini Dwarkadhish, and that's in Los Angeles, Vatsik Avenue, and Laguna Beach is almost like a 2 hours drive. So, so when we went to Laguna Beach temple on that weekend, and that devotee couple were there, and I immediately went and I called them and I said, "Can you please talk to Guru Maharaj?" And Guru Maharaj was so happy to talk to them, and he actually started talking to them. So that was very nice, a learning that don't stop anyone from meeting Guru Maharaj, or if you stop them, also ensure that they later meet Guru Maharaj. So that's the pastime. And one more pastime of how he extends himself. I wouldn't like to take the name, but there was a disciple. There is a disciple of His Holiness Indradimna Swami Maharaj, and Mataji was staying in the temple, but she somehow went outside, and she moved away from the movement for some point of time, and suddenly she had come to the temple, and one of our god sisters saw her, and she immediately came and said, "Guru Maharaj, that lady has come." And in a short span, she said that this is the devotee, such and such things has happened. Would you like to meet? And Guru Maharaj was in a very stiff schedule, but Guru Maharaj said, "Okay, we'll surely meet." Call her, and then Guru Maharaj met, inspired her that she can continue with chanting and she had stopped her chanting for some time, so she was feeling bad, but then mm, uh, inspired her that please start chanting, and she started chanting again, and over a period of week time, he used to ask that other Mataji that are you in touch? Has she started chanting and all of that? That's how Guru Maharaj is always in touch and always takes care of different people, and he gives many innovative ways for people to start up chanting. And these are all specific things which I have noticed. You all may have also noticed different things. There was one Mataji who was married to a god brother of ours. They're from Hispanic ascent, Spanish. So this Prabhu who was initiated disciple, our god brother, and Mataji was not initiated. But she used to work in the post office, the USPS, in United States Postal Service. And what happened was, so Prabhu came and met Guru Maharaj, and Prabhu said that I also want my wife to take up Krishna consciousness seriously. She helps me a lot, but somehow chanting becomes a problem and all of that, she said. And Guru Maharaj was like, okay, let's meet up. And that Mataji came and Guru Maharaj met her. And she said, no, I don't at all get time, to chant Hare Krishna. I have to do my housework, then I have to go to the post office. I just can't think of how to complete my rounds. And guess what? What Guru Maharaj said? Guru Maharaj said, okay, so what do you do? She said that, okay, I take the letters and on each letter I put a stamp, I put a stamp and then put it, I put a stamp and then put it. So Guru Maharaj said that every time you put a stamp, you chant Hare Krishna. Every time you stamp, you chant Hare Krishna and you keep it aside. And she started doing that. I don't know later if she took initiation or not, but I know that till the time I was there, her chanting had increased and she was growing in spiritual service, and Prabhu was very, very happy. So Guru Maharaj comes out with these innovative ways by which he can help devotees so that they can take up to Krishna consciousness. What else I would like to share with you all? Some of pastimes which I remember. Okay, I don't know if Vaneshwari Mataji is here. She said this one time on the JSSS session itself, but maybe I can say it again. It's glorifying her, and so this is how much I remember. So Vaneshwari Mataji, her name was Funny, and she was in the San Diego temple. Now San Diego temple is a little bit far away, maybe 4 hours from Los Angeles again. One more Prabhupada temple. Very nice drive when you go from Los Angeles to San Diego. Beautiful countryside. But I think there the deities are Radha Muralidhara. Jayanti Mataji is also stays there, our god sister. So when we went, we used to stay in their house, in Jayanti Mataji's house. Okay, but I'll stress on this subject. So we were in Jayanti Mataji's house, and Vaneshwari Mataji has been in the movement from the age of 12 years. That's what I remember. 11 or 12 years he had been going to the temple. And when we met, means the time I'm speaking, at the time she's almost middle-aged. And but Mataji and her husband was not Krishna conscious, but he supported her. So she came, and in San Diego, she said, she met Guru Maharaj in the morning, and she said that I have some questions. Can I ask you? Guru Maharaj said, yes, please go ahead. And she said about the questions. She said that my husband is a Shaivite. So she said, oh, my husband is Shaivite. Okay, very nice. Shiva is the topmost Vaishnava. So then she said that but I'm not able to keep means our altar is full of, um, means everyone are there in our altar. I'm not able to have a parampara altar. So what do we do? She asked that, and she asked a lot of questions. She had very nice questions. This one question which I remember, and I'm saying, maybe if she hears, she can further correct me, or she can remember this and add some more details. She comes sometimes to our classes. So she said that, so Guru Maharaj thought about it for a moment, and then Guru Maharaj said, why don't you do one thing, make two altars. One altar totally with regards to the parampara, and one altar separately where Lord Shiva and others can be kept properly. And that was a very practical suggestion which was given. She did that. And that actually made everything proper in the house. And you know what? Next time they came down from San Diego to meet Guru Maharaj uh, in his apartment. I don't know if that was already decided or not decided. Maybe there was mail communication between Guru Maharaj and her, or between Mahavara Prabhu and her. I don't know about that. Maybe they cannot say about that. But I remember she came along with her husband, and you cannot beat it. The husband came and gave a sastanga pranam to Guru Maharaj. He was so happy that someone had given that respect to Lord Shiva, and his family was all set. And Mataji was initiated there. It was only Sunday afternoon she was initiated without any fire sacrifice others. Guru Maharaj initiated her. She may have taken initiation, I think, at least after some 22 years in the movement. But she felt very connected to Guru Maharaj, and she took initiation. Later, I was in touch with her, and she said that within a year, she also took her Brahminical initiation from Guru Maharaj, and she serves now the deities in San Diego. So that was a very, very practical suggestion which Guru Maharaj gave Phaneshwari Mataji. And these practical tips always helps everyone out there to become Krishna conscious. And okay, how particular Guru Maharaj is about following rules. So San Diego Temple, when I said I just remembered that, so I'm just sharing that with you. San Diego Temple is very different in a way that in the Sunday program of San Diego Temple, I'm speaking of the year 2010, which I remember. I don't know how it is now. That is the uh, place where Badri Narayana Swami's base camp is. Even Dravida Prabhu is from there. Very nice Prabhupada disciples. But they have a specific thing for their Sunday program. For the other days program, it is okay. But for their Sunday program, they have a set of rules which everyone has to follow. And what is that for? I mean, that has to be as the class has to be very generic. It is said. So you in the class you cannot say Krishna, you cannot say, it has to be God, because they expect that everyone will come, all the general crowd will come. So it has to be a very generic class. And Guru Maharaj followed that to the core. Whatever is said to him by the authorities, Guru Maharaj follows it to the core. We were like, how is it possible? But Guru Maharaj did that continuously. Means when he spoke about the duties, he spoke completely. Whatever they said, he followed it and he gave the class. Well, that was some pastimes which I remember from that place, from San Diego. There is one more, maybe some of you would have seen that. This is a pastime which many of them recollect. This is once again a Narshima Giridhari pastime, our Bangalore pastime. It was Narshima Giridhari's opening day. And Guru Maharaj was there, and it was a full pack house, and the opening of the eyes of the deities was not done. So means till that time it was not opened, and there are two things which I remember of that day. Some of you who may also remember can think or share about that. But this is a very sweet pastime. So Guru Maharaj came, we took Guru Maharaj up. There was not even an inch where people were not there. The devotees fully packed, and Guru Maharaj came up. There was on this, that's on the first floor, right? Narasimha Dev is on the ground floor, and currently whom we call Gandharvika Giridhari, they are on the top floor. Gandharvika Giridhari and Gaurahari, right? They are on the first floor. So we went near the first floor, and until that time the ceremony was not done, and Guru Maharaj was there, and Guru Maharaj was sitting on his wheelchair. Suddenly he saw me. The mic was with him, and suddenly he saw me, and he said, "I don't want to see you." And she was like, "What was that?" It was like everyone was like, everyone is, what is Guru Maharaj saying? And it was like, "I don't want to see you." And we are a little stunned as to what it is. And then Guru Maharaj said, "You don't have tilak on your forehead. A person without tilak is like a dead man. And how will Gauranga see you?" And it's like from black to red. I was like, I don't know what to do. So I just hid behind side of him so that devotees don't see, because Guru Maharaj was saying he was not see. I don't remember, and I'm eternally indebted to a small boy who was there. I don't remember whose son he was or what he was. He actually came down to me somewhere out there and gave a small tilak box and said, "Prabhu, put tilak." And that's why I put some tilak, and so that he could see. So Guru Maharaj always is Gauranga conscious. So that is actually there. Gauranga Mahaprabhu didn't want to see anyone. It was not that I hadn't put tilak, but my tilak, usually I put a very light tilak sometimes, and the tilak vanishes off. And Guru Maharaj is very particular of his tilak. If Guru Maharaj has to go out, so like Prabhupada said, first dress and then address, Guru Maharaj follows it perfectly. Guru Maharaj's tilak has to be big. Like now at this point of time when we put tilak, even for some functions, the tilak on the hand, the tilak on the forehead, it has to be very, 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 what do you say, nice and profound. Only then you will, he likes it. So because Gauranga Mahaprabhu likes it, yeah, one more tilak pastime which remembers some. Whatever I'm remembering, some pastimes, I'm just sharing with you. If any one of you all also have some pastime, put on the chat that you want to speak, and you can speak. I just didn't want to stop the glorification class. That's why I'm just sharing that. This pastime happened in Sacramento. Sacramento is once again a place in United States of America, in the US, and Guru Maharaj's god brother, what's his name? He runs that center, and his wife is our god sister, Radhini Mataji's sister. I forget her name. If anyone remembers, can see Prabhu's name starts with P, something on that. So okay, so what happened was Guru Maharaj was having his morning breakfast, and I think when I think the Mataji said that some Mataji had come with oats idli. That was the first time I heard about that. Had made oats idli and brought, and she came and she was serving the idli, and then Mataji said that she's very enthusiastic and she does all these services, and she has made. So Guru Maharaj saw that, and Guru Maharaj said, "Very nice, but why don't you put tilak? You should put tilak also." And she answered, yes, Guru Maharaj, I'll do that. Then evening also we were having program there, and Guru Maharaj is having prasad, and we could see that Mataji, that other Mataji was coming and walking here and there. She was just walking there, and we could feel that she wanted to say something, but somehow she was not coming to me, Guru Maharaj. And then at that point of time, then Guru Maharaj, then she came, and then Guru Maharaj said, "Why is it that you have only put tilak on the forehead? Why not in all the 12 places?" And then I think after that she would have put tilak. So Guru Maharaj is very particular that all of us put tilak in all the 12 parts and be saved. He says that if you put tilak, then only you can be saved. So we should put tilak properly. So that was one more pastime which I could remember. And okay, and he's always he always ensures that he always wants to ensure that how we all are taken care of. So very, very fatherly, even though we have to, the personal team wants to take care of Guru Maharaj, but Guru Maharaj ensures that everyone is taken care of very nicely. Even later, means I'll share something how caring he is. Actually, after I moved out and I came back, so we actually flew, the return flight was like this, that we had to all go to Atlanta. And from Atlanta, I was traveling back, this 2010. And after Panihati, so I traveled back directly to Mayapur. And Guru Maharaj couldn't, means Guru Maharaj cannot take long haul flights. So Guru Maharaj actually traveled, I think, to UK, Italy, and somewhere, and then he came back to Mayapur somewhere. That was the return flight. So after we came back from there, I somehow returned back to Bangalore, and we started something on our own. That's a different thing, maybe sometime to share as to. But we started off in some business and it didn't work, and then later I started up an ice cream business. I started some ice cream stores. So Guru Maharaj came to know that when he came to Bangalore, that there was that I was having some ice cream stores. I used to have some 3 ice cream stores, and you won't believe what Guru Maharaj did. Guru Maharaj actually came to know that I'm running an ice cream store, and I was not doing that great. So Guru Maharaj actually in front of me to the leaders. I don't know if the leaders will remember, but to all the 3 temple leaders, he said that if your temple has any functions and if you all want to serve ice cream, then take from Anadi. No, there was nothing which was required for him to say that, but he made it a point that he said that, and not once or twice, he said it multiple times to them during that visit. So like that way, means I'm just speaking a small part, but he takes care of everyone in whatever way which will befit them and which will be helpful for them by his dealings, and he does that, and that was very helpful. Of course, I have to switch then back and then once again go back to my software job, but in some way trying to do something to please him. But that's how close Guru Maharaj is to every one of the disciples. This is only something which I can share and which I can remember, and I'm saying that. So I don't remember anything which is most striking now at this point of time. Let me just try to recollect if anyone. We are missing actually Haridas Prabhu. He would have for sure shared a lot of nice pastime. Haridas Prabhu is actually into Guru Maharaj's service and now presently, and he takes care of the emails along with Radharaman Prabhu, and he's from South America, and he had agreed to, but I think I'm sure, which we find out later, maybe he'll come in some weeks later. Next week we'll have the we are fortunate to hear from Kripamaya Gauranga Prabhu. Many of you know him. So Kripamaya Prabhu will be sharing his pastime, and the last week of this year, the pastimes will be shared by Vishal Gauranga Prabhu, his brother who stays in UK. So they will be very, very nice sessions which will come up. I think we'll stop here unless you all have some questions or anyone has any pastimes which you all want to share. That will be nice. Hare Krishna. So just impromptu, whatever I could remember, I just shared that. Okay. Anyone, any questions, any comments, any corrections? Nothing. Okay.
Prabhu, if I can ask you a question.
Yes, Prabhu, please.
Prabhu, this is regarding Guru Maharaj's treatment while you were there in the US.
Right.
So a little more about the treatment and how Guru Maharaj took it, because I know it for sure. Guru Maharaj has, after the stroke, he had to go through quite a bit, and it is not easy. The rehab
Right.
process is a very lengthy process, and it's time consuming. Not only time consuming,
Yeah.
coordination between the limbs don't really happen that well,
Yeah.
and it's a big challenge. So, for the benefit of all the God brothers and God sisters and all the devotees here, we would like to understand the determination that Guru Maharaj had for his recovery, because he wanted to come back and preach.
Right.
So if you
Right.
can throw a little light on that.
Sure, Prabhu. Thank you. Yeah, Prabhu. So I remember that was like 2009 when he actually flew out of Chennai, and that place was called High Hopes Clinic. I think they had done a lot of research on that, and High Hope had different therapies. Like you have something called the Locomat machine, we had the arm machine, we had coordination exercise, like you said, and exercises for movements of hand, occupational therapy, and those therapies and the doctors they were quite positive about Guru Maharaj's recovery. So, and they used to say at that time they used to have 32 or 33 years of experience of treating patients completely or partially cured of the treatments, and we used to stay at Los Angeles in the Rukmini Dwarkadish community, and this place was almost like an hour's drive. I forget exactly what place, but it was somewhere near Laguna Beach. So Guru Maharaj used to, the therapy was almost like for maybe 5-6 hours, but the total thing to do that was like it used to take close to 10 hours. And every day morning Guru Maharaj is up, and by the time he gets ready it's almost 7 o'clock when we have to leave. And I shared that last time also, but every day before he leaves he wanted to take darshan of Rukmini Dwarkadish and go there. And what used to happen was the head of that institute was Mark, and Mark was very, very particular that every time should exercise, even on the days when he does not have any treatment he should exercise. And we had Achyutananda Prabhu with who is His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj's disciple, and he was like he used to ensure that we do that, because what would happen is in case some week Guru Maharaj didn't do the treatment, I mean didn't do the exercise, there used to be regression in his progressiveness. But Guru Maharaj used to try to do everything, and over the weekend he used to say that no, let us means some programs he wanted to go, and someday his schedule will become bad that he cannot do the exercise. So it used to be like, if I can say you, it was like there used to become two parties out there, and Mark will be like the referee, and so Achyutananda Prabhu will have the list of things what is not done, but he was doing his part. And then Mahavara Prabhu used to say, okay, we'll put a plan now, and then Guru Maharaj will follow that plan. And then Guru Maharaj will say, yes, I'll follow the plan and I'll do this. But I'll repeat the same thing, which actually inspires me. But every day after he comes back from there, he would like to, he used to take a little rest, then get up and take dinner. After 3 or 4 days, he said, I want to give a class. And we were only two. So people started, they said, how will you give a class? You can sit and give class. But that time Achyutananda Prabhu came, and Prabhu said, no, you have to do your exercise now. It has been told that you have to do your exercise. And Guru Maharaj was determined to do preaching. And Achyutananda Prabhu was determined that Guru Maharaj should do his exercise, because it was his time. So he had to practice to stand, for some time. Then we were thinking, what will happen out of this? And suddenly Guru Maharaj said, okay, I'll stand and give the class. So that was his determination to preach out there. and he stood and he gave class. So some of the classes, sometimes I see some of the videos, but Guru Maharaj is actually holding near the kitchen table, and one of us will stand behind, so that, because he used to lose his balance sometimes, someone has to be there, so that he can hold up. But that was his determination, that he wants to do the exercise and come up. And anything which he was said, Guru Maharaj never takes anything lightly. Means, many of you seniors like Prabhu and all will say that he was, means whatever they say that this is what is to be done, he will ensure that that is done. And we felt that there were some visible improvements on the muscles of his face and other things. There is pool therapy where inside the water they used to have the therapy. They used to go and do, yeah, and but everything, every time he was very determined, and it was not that he only wanted to do that. So he used to always say that I am not the body, I'm a sannyasi, I have to preach. And somewhere or the other, when they used to get a preaching opportunity, Guru Maharaj used to be very happy, very happy. So he used to say that, okay, we will go to Laguna Beach, we'll go to San Diego, or we'll Guru Maharaj. We went to a church one time and gave a class on the holy name and Christ, and then Guru Maharaj gave Narsimha oil to everyone in the church, and they were very happy about that. And yeah, that was what I can say. It's like he used to go to sleep at 9 a.m. after a full day's body exercise. His body used to be so tired, and next day morning he had to wake up early, around 4:35. His body needed that extra, this one, but he will wake up once his daily activities are over. So every time, and because the time was going up, so that's why he developed that all the things. So every step he used to chant, every exercise he used to chant, so that there is no break in his chanting. And and he used to also ensure that we read to him certain times for the. He used to say, read from here, read from that, and we all used to read. He also used to take some time to hear whatever meals have come, and then Mahavara Prabhu used to come and read out to him. So of course, there were little less disciples out there, very few disciples in Los Angeles. So one way it was easy to manage, but Guru Maharaj never gave up preaching. He was always in the forefront. I can remember. Okay, he was not only going to that High Hopes. We also had a chiropractor whom he was going to and take exercise. And certain times we used to go to one more therapist for his eye exercise. We used to do that was in UCLA, and everything he used to follow. One more thing I remember now. Once we went to UCLA, and that person gave him some medicine. And as soon as they gave him the medicine, this is very good, you should take it for your pancreas. So if you do this, it will be good. And they gave that. And suddenly Guru Maharaj, after that, he called and said, is this medicine vegetarian? And we all hadn't thought about it. Guru Maharaj, is that particular medicine vegetarian? And they were like, they were taken aback. They said, no, it's not. Then he said, no, then I cannot take this. Then they found a vegetarian alternative to that and brought it for him. And that's something I remember, Prabhu. I don't know if that some way, whatever you thought, I could answer that.
Yes, Prabhu. Very informative, and also this shows the kind of determination that Guru Maharaj has towards,
Yes.
Getting better, and getting better not for the sake of his body, but for the sake of preaching. Because he always meant that, his health was important. He wanted to preach. And you rightly said, while he's doing exercises, he stood up and gave a class. So that's so nice of it. Thank you, Anadi Jagannath Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu, for bringing out. How he also, when you have been taking care of many things, when Guru Maharaj comes to Bangalore, so you understand that feeling when he comes. He's like, okay, we have to do it. That's it. So that I can preach well.
So,
yes. Thank you, devotees. Everyone for joining in, for staying tuned. Though we missed Haridasa Prabhu, I don't know if any of the pastime which I shared, if that can improve, if that can increase your love for Guru Maharaj, would consider myself fortunate. Thank you again. Vanchikalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo.
Vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
Vaishnava Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Please join us next week. Next week we have Kripamay Gauranga Prabhu sharing the pastime. Please come up same time, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Thank you again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jaladhar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare God. Hare God. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Thanks, Aditya Prabhu. Hare God. Okay, with all your permissions, we'll just stop here.